A message to the forgotten. This book is not for those seeking comfort in half-truths. It is not for those who prefer their history packaged neatly, scrubbed clean of brutality and hypocrisy. This book is a reckoning, a confrontation with the lies that have erased Black people from the story of America's founding. It is a demand to reclaim the truth from those who have distorted it for centuries. We will no longer accept the myth of America as a land of liberty, nor the lie that Black people were merely passive players in this nation's rise. The truth must be told from those who built this country with their sweat, blood, and bones, not from those who profited off our labor while denying our humanity. For too long, Black voices have been silenced, our contributions minimized or ignored. The history of this nation, as it has been taught and celebrated, is a whitewashed narrative designed to elevate a select few while burying the truth of how America's wealth and power were truly built. Our history is not one of passivity, nor of victimhood, but one of resistance, one of defiance in the face of unthinkable oppression. And it is time that story is reclaimed with the full force of our voices, our rage, and our resilience. This book is a message to the forgotten, to the millions of Black men, women, and children whose names history has erased, whose labor has been ignored, and whose pain has been deemed acceptable for the progress of a nation. To those whose backs were broken so that others could rise, but whose stories have been left out of the textbooks, the museums, and the memorials, we are speaking now, and we will no longer be forgotten. The lie of America as a land of freedom and equality is a deep and pervasive one. It has been taught to children in classrooms, celebrated on national holidays, and enshrined in the very founding documents of this country. All men are created equal, they wrote, but what they meant was that white men were created equal. The rest of us were disposable, expendable tools in the building of their empire. While the founding fathers were drafting declarations of liberty, they were simultaneously enslaving human beings, using Black bodies as property, as collateral, as the literal foundation upon which their dreams of freedom were built. This is the America they don't want you to see. The America that was never a land of liberty for us. Our labor built this country, not just in the fields of the South, but in the factories, the railroads, and the cities. Enslaved Black people didn't just pick cotton. We mined the resources, constructed the buildings, and created the wealth that made America a global power. Yet, our history has been erased, our contributions buried under the myth of American exceptionalism. The truth is that this nation's power was built on the suffering of Black people. But we are not victims. We are survivors. We are revolutionaries. We are the builders of this nation, and we refuse to let our history be told by those who have sought to erase us. And this erasure has not ended today. The same systems of oppression that enslaved our ancestors are still alive, though their forms have evolved. Mass incarceration, police violence, economic disenfranchisement, and the erasure of Black voices in media and education are all part of the same structure that was designed to keep us at the bottom. But we have always resisted. From the earliest slave revolts to the civil rights movement, from Harlem to Ferguson, from the plantations to the prisons, we have fought for our freedom. We have fought to be heard. We have fought to survive in a land that has been built on our suffering, and we continue to fight. Silence is complicity. To stay silent in the face of injustice, to accept the lies we've been told about our history, is to be complicit in our own oppression. This book is a call to arms, not for violence, but for truth. It is time to tear down the myths that have been built around America's past and to reclaim the story of our people. The voices of the oppressed must rise louder than the voices of those who have tried to silence us. our history, our struggle, our survival. These are not stories to be told by those who wish to erase us. They are our stories, and we must be the ones to tell them. In writing this book, we stand in the tradition of David Walker's appeal, Sojourner Truth's defiant speeches, Frederick Douglass's fiery words, and James Baldwin's relentless critique of white America. Their voices, their anger, and their call for justice resonate through the pages of this book. We take up the mantle of those who have come before us and use our voices to speak the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be for those who have benefited from the lies. This book is for black readers who have been told their history does not matter and who have been given a whitewashed version of the past that erases their ancestors' contributions. It is for those who care.
This book is for black readers who have been told their history does not matter and who have been given a whitewashed version of the past that erases their ancestors' contributions. It is for those who know that the story of America cannot be told without the story of black people, and who refuse to allow that story to be distorted any longer. This is a reminder that you are not forgotten and that your history is one of resistance and survival. But it is also for non-black readers, for those who have inherited a version of history that denies the truth of America's origins. This book is not meant to comfort you. It is meant to challenge you, to confront you with the uncomfortable truth that America was not built by freedom-loving pioneers, but by enslaved black people whose suffering was the true foundation of this nation. It is a demand that you reckon with your own complicity in the systems that continue to oppress black people today. As you read this book, understand that it is not simply a history lesson. It is a battle cry. It is a call for truth, for justice, and for the reclamation of black voices that have been silenced for too long. We will not wait for permission to tell our stories. We will not wait for white America to grant us space in its narrative. We will take it. We stand on the shoulders of those who have come before us, from Nat Turner to Ida B. Wells, from Malcolm X to Angela Davis. Their struggle is our struggle, and their voices live on in us. This book is dedicated to them, to the ancestors who fought for a future where we could speak our truth. It is also dedicated to the generations to come, who will carry on this fight for justice and freedom. The reckoning is here. The time to reclaim our voices is now.